So one of the more interesting and fun and challenging parts of being a manager or a leader is really being mindful of how to approach different people in your group. You know, how do you interact with them? How do you assign them work? How do you give feedback? How do you approach them with questions? That will always vary based on who they are as a person. You know, we want to be fair and equitable to everybody on the team. Fairness across the board. But how you interact and how you approach, how you communicate with people will vary, will be different. So it's a really big part of our role as leaders, as managers, to be mindful and to actually put the energy in to understand what makes somebody tick, right? And I know a lot of you are doing this, and what level can you go to? What next level can you go so that you know you're doing it as well as possible, so that you're setting them up for success, so that you're, supporting them in the way that they need to be supported. One thing that helped me in my career and that I've learned more as a coach is really paying attention to how people respond in different situations. How does somebody respond when you have a one-on-one meeting? How do they respond when you're giving them good feedback? How do they respond when you're giving them more difficult, harsher feedback? How do they respond in group situations or when you tell them? This is a great one. I've talked with friends about this who are still managing people in different companies, is how do people respond when you just tell them to go do something and figure it out? Are they able to do that? Or are they the personality type, and it doesn't mean that it's wrong or any worse, but are they the personality type that needs and wants like specific step-by-step instructions? And really paying attention and picking up on those nuances, and sometimes it's blatantly obvious, it's not so much nuance, but picking up on that and allowing that to feed into you, into your CPU, your processing unit, like this is how I'm gonna approach and work with this particular person on my team. So it's really important and helpful to be mindful and paying attention. As a manager, as a leader, a lot of energy should go into that stuff, because how we communicate ultimately with the people around us at work, and especially those who report to us, has a big impact on their response, their productivity, and ultimately the success for everybody in the group. So that's why I think it needs a lot of attention. What are your thoughts? What do you think goes into building not only a good relationship with somebody on your team, but getting a good handle on how to respond, interact, give guidance, give feedback to people in your group?